Hello and welcome to another video. So we're going to be building a church in this one, and then a bit of a quick tour at the end. So we are using the warehouse floors. I'm doing this particular build here at Starlight because I've already built the church on my Spectacle Island, if you've been following that so far. So we're just going to quickly build it here, show you how I did it, and I'll show you the finished product. So we're just obviously laying these floors out. I prefer the warehouse floors just because they look more aesthetically pleasing. But we're going to lay them out in a 3x3. Actually it's a 4x3 with some half floors at the front, if I get that right. So that's the basics of it. And we are going to use the barn walls in the white colour for this one. So I think these are part of the USO mod, I think, but you can use the regular barn walls, it really doesn't matter. I do have obviously place anywhere, which does help considerably. Now I think I actually picked this particular build, or the idea anyway, from another YouTuber many years ago. I do apologise, I can't remember the name of the channel, but if anybody knows, please do pop it in the comments and I'll give credit where credit's due. I have changed it slightly to match my own look, I suppose, but the gist of it is kind of more or less the same. I'm going to pop these half walls in there, and on the front, because we will have some taller glass windows. Unfortunately we don't have the ability, or at least not that I know of, to have any sort of stained glass windows, so we're going to use the warehouse glass walls, or the greenhouse walls, which I think just give a slightly better look overall. I did use the barn ones, but the problem is it just didn't look right, I think, with the smashed windows and things. With this particular build I wanted to have something that looked like it had just been built, or not long been built, using reclaimed materials, and I didn't think a church should have broken windows. So hence I've used these ones. Now they do pop in very well. By all means you can replicate this without mods. You can use, like I say, the barn walls with the little square windows. They're little half walls with the square windows in. So I'm just going to pop this one there and grab these half walls and pop them in on the back, and the window on top. Now there is a reason for this. Which you will see shortly, because the roof will go on. But we're going to have to pop these bits in first. And then the roof will come across the top here. But of course, we're going to have to do the door area first. So in the barn ones you have these door frames for the larger barn doors, but we're not going to use the barn doors. We're just having this as a kind of, lack of a better way of putting it, a porch area, I guess. So we're going to throw these across here. If I can remember which way around I'm doing it. And then we'll pop the second one up here. And then if we get a full wall, and pop that in there. Possibly you might kind of see where this is going. But we're just going to bang a floor in here, which will come a bit more apparent later. And that is your basic shell. So we'll go into the roofs I should say, and we'll pop these slanted ones in here. Again, I would prefer to use these ones, not the ones with the holes in, just because I feel it looks better, and it's not meant to be a raggedy scrap church. So with the end pieces, we'll find the ones with these with a flat end on one side, and of course the beams on the other. Now this one will go over this side in a moment, and then we get the ones with the both open ends and pop them in there. And of course this one, if I can get out of there, we'll pop that one on the end there. And I just kind of like the way that it creates that secondary lip on the roof. And then we'll start to work on the front tower. And I always forget this one when I do build this one. I always do forget that I tend to build it a little bit taller than it needs to be. So thankfully I've done it right this time. I will be honest, this is about the third time I've done this one. So we'll get some half walls and pop these on here. Now the tower won't be usable. It won't be sort of, or is it a steeple? I don't know what they call them. I'll call it the tower. We'll call it the tower. It won't be usable, so you know people won't be climbing up here or anything. It's just for looks. So we'll pop that large one on the back, the regular size wall, and then we'll get these glass ones and put them all the way around. And then you want to pop into this one, and we're going to use the roofs with the square piece on top. I'm not really sure what the name of that is, but there you go. And these side bits here, rather than putting them flat, we're going to use the walls with the slanted part. Now of course they should just clip straight in on top of the wall. Bit of trouble with that, and there we go, straight in. I do have a little bit of glitch in there, but I'll use my place anyway. Just there we go, just to pop it out a little bit, and that'll stop that texture glitch. And there we have the basics. Quite a large open space. And then this is the part where we're going to work on this bit. So first off, we'll pop a half floor in there, and then we will look for the half wall, this one here, and we'll try and pop this on the end of here. There we go. And then we'll remove that floor in there. Now bear with me, it does work, believe me. So we go into the roof section, and then we want this one here that's got the cap on both ends, and we fiddle around a little bit until we can get it to stick to the top of that half wall. It will go in, believe me. Almost. There we are. And then we take away that bit of half wall there. And what we can do is pop the warehouse floors in this bit to cap it off, so you just can't see up there. Easy as that. And then as we pop outside, you can see what that's just done. So it creates a little porch roof over the front of the door. Then we'll grab the support columns. I think we'll go for that one. We'll pop that in there, and that one in there. Spinning them around a bit just to sort of mix up the textures. And there we have it. So that is a nice little supported porch at the front. And then we'll just pop one of these half floors in there just to cover that up. And it's as easy as that. So we'll go over here. Now I'm going to use, if I can find it, we're going to use Snappy House Builds. Try and find the steps, and there we go. We'll pop them in there. You can use any steps you like. This is a little bit different on this one, just purely because it is where it is. I haven't actually used those steps on my other build. But we are going to go into the support columns and beams and try and find some rusted metal girders. Which one is it? I think it's that one. That's the cross one. And then we'll go for that one. You might kind of see what I'm going for here. Just move that slightly. Get that in there a bit. And then we'll grab this one here and pop that somewhere across the front. That looks about right. Move it along a little bit. Somewhere roughly around there. I think that's about good. And there we have it. So that is the basic of the building done. It's as easy as that. As I say, you can replicate it with the vanilla assets. You don't necessarily need mods for this. Will look very slightly different, but overall it will have the similar effect. And that's about it, really. So what we'll do is we can pop over to my Spectacle Island and have a look at the final product. So here we are. As you can see, I have changed a few bits. I've put a clock on the front there, and the reason the lady is up on the cross is because it is St. Jude's. Nice little place for the hopeless and despaired to come and visit and do their religious thing. So as you can see, I think the setting is quite nice for this one. And I think it looks pretty good where it is. So you may notice by the tannoy in the background there, I've actually built this just in front of where the shack is, where you have a look at, if you've been to Spectacle Island, you'll know where you turn the power on, and where the workbench actually is located, which I have removed. So I thought I'd do a little bit different here and have a little nighttime start. Again, with this one I've kind of gone with the candles and the oil lamps. I just like the overall aesthetic it gives. Creates a nice ambience, I think, rather than being brightly lit. So we've got the organ there, and somebody lighting a candle for maybe a loved one lost. And then we pop through here. And this is obviously the area where this lady does her preaching. Got a microphone set up there with some speakers, etc. So just to give you an idea how it looks in the daytime, so you can decorate obviously the interior of this in any way you want. I just kind of went for that generic church feel, I guess. Hopefully I've done it some sort of justice. Very patriotic, I would think, you know, with the flags and things and the banners. I think it works quite well. So around the back here, as you can see, we have some nice green trees knocking around. But around the back of here we have a gentleman doing some work. The unfortunate work of burying the recently passed. Yeah, perhaps a virus has struck, or maybe they're just some ghouls, who knows. But we've got to be respectful and bury them. So not a huge graveyard, but just still a little nod to it. So there we go. I hope you enjoyed that, found it useful. If you so, drop a comment, a like, a subscribe, and as always, stay safe out there in the wasteland. See you later.